What's your favorite part?
Everything.
Cute. Hey guys, it's Shelby and Michelle with Farmhouse Living, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are starting our holiday, well, I guess we've already started it, but it's a holiday home tour series.
Extravaganza.
We have 5 homes that we're sharing this week. 2 today, then 2 on the next video, and then 1. So these are all from the Rockwall holiday home tour, and so normally we do 1 big video. And that's how we share it. We've shared it 4 years in a row, but there's too much, and we've just decided, there's been too much every year, honestly, but we've decided to stop trying to squeeze it in and just spread it out.
Spread the love.
Yes.
And the cheer.
And enjoy the inspiration. So today we have a really beautiful home that is a new build that is just absolutely stunning. And we also have a garden.
It's a potting shed.
Yes.
But don't let that fool you, because it is the sweetest little garden shed, all decorated and made over for Christmas. And we were really impressed.
Yes. So the first house, this is actually the mom of Stephanie Benedetto, Blooming Ivy Lane, which we did her house actually last month, and y'all lost your marbles. And it's funny because this has been a very popular tour, and when I was going to Stephanie's mom, who is named Robin, everyone was calling her Stephanie's mom, and mom is...
I'm Shelby's mom.
Yeah, and so...
But I actually have a name too.
It's Michelle.
It's Michelle, but who knew, right? But the cool thing about Stephanie and her mom, much like Shelby and I, they have a lot of similarities, but many unique differences as well.
Yeah.
And they love a lot of the same things, but yet their style is very individual.
Yeah. So this home is actually just right next door to Stephanie's home. So they built new houses at the same time. Do you want to do that one day?
I want to do it tomorrow. I want to just have my little babies be able to just walk on over to Honey's house.
Yes. So they are achieving our dreams. Maybe one day we'll share the process if we ever get there. But for now, we're just like 2 miles away.
We're 2 miles away.
It's fine.
It's
okay. So let's start with the exterior of this home. She has the sweetest patio. I love the color of the exterior. And you were going on and on about that stone.
Oh, it's like a bluestone, but it's not bluestone like from up north.
Yeah.
But it is very similar, and it is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
One of the things that we very rarely do, because we enjoy homemaking and we know that we don't have unlimited budgets and stuff, but we did actually say we wanted to come home and bulldoze our houses.
Yeah.
Because these houses are so...
Well,
amazing.
They're amazing, but I also truly, truly believe this, and I could be wrong. I think they're timeless. I do not think they'll go out of style. You know, you see these homes and you look at them like, you know, my house was built in the 80s. It's clear as day. You know your house was built in the 80s. There's 90s components when you drive around Rowlett. You're like, yep, that was built in the 90s. These homes, I really think they just... You wouldn't know. You'd just be like, maybe they were built, 30 years ago, maybe today, maybe 50, I don't know. But either way, they're beautiful and stunning. And
the entertainment spaces welcome you. And so I think that was what we really took away, is the fact that it is so centered around family and gathering. And we could just envision ourselves in the space.
Yeah. So you walk in the home, there's a little entry. And then it's definitely an open floor plan, but it definitely has dedicated space. And I know we're talking about Christmas decor, but since it's a new build, I just have so much appreciation to the flow of this home, because I do think it's challenging to get dedicated spaces in an open floor plan.
Yes, but this home has, like you said, very dedicated space, and each room flows into the next, much like our home, like this home. But it's next level, because when you take in the view from across the room, you see this magnificent kitchen in the background.
Yeah.
And she has a full wall of just very beautifully collected copper pots and kettles and things.
Yeah.
And so you guys, it was absolutely stunning. But the most incredible miracle is that they literally just finished the house September. And then we came in and this beautiful tour was all put together.
Yeah. So in the living room, she has one tree. I loved she had like a ribbon and it, I can't remember what it said, but a Christmas phrase. Was it, "Come let us adore him"? Something.
The weary world rejoices.
Something. And it was on ribbon and it was just perfectly placed. So it was very full, but also wasn't overwhelming. I also loved the mantle decor. She has her whole living room around the mantle. She does have her TV framed, which is beautiful. We couldn't figure out how, as a team, we all tried to get some art on the framed TV.
I think her daughter finally came in and took care of it for us.
Yeah, right before we left. But I had already got these shots. Another thing I loved in the living room was also this beautiful hutch, and she had dishes, red dishes, all in the hutch, and it was very uniform. Like, it wasn't a lot of tchotchkes in there. She had the dishes, and then in front of it was little mini trees that look like they're in little paper pots. And I just thought that was a sweet detail, and I love that a person that collects a lot of things, normally there's like a variety, and this was just very uniform.
Yeah. And one of the interesting fun facts about the home is just off the side of the family room is a small space that she uses. It was supposed to be a porch, but when she came in and the foundation was poured, she said, "I just feel like it needs a little more space." And so Stephanie suggested that she put this space off to the left of the family room when you walk in. And it also has a dedicated tree, and it's just a very sweet little nook for maybe dining or just setting, or it's just really precious.
I love a little nook.
Love a little nook.
Area to sit and hang and drink coffee. Like, there's so many spots in this house where I could imagine myself just plopping down and drinking coffee. That's really, if I was to plan a new build, that would be my, could I drink coffee here?
Could I drink coffee there? Could I? And also, where's the Christmas tree go?
Where's the Christmas tree?
And she had an office off the front entry as well, just directly off of the family room.
Yeah.
That also had a sweet little tree and some just sweet space to sit.
Yeah, and she had a really cool art light over the desk where the art was, and it had a little hand that was holding the light. She was disappointed that you couldn't completely see the light, but I got a little angle of it so you can see that cool feature. So let's talk about the kitchen. I love every detail of this kitchen, but what was interesting to learn was that there was actually supposed to be shelves by the sink. Did you know that?
No.
So when I was leaving, I was telling her how much I appreciated these amazing dish collections with the little art lights over them. And she said, well, that wasn't even supposed to be the feature. We ordered some shelves. They didn't come in. I don't know when they'll ever come in, but if they never come in, I'm very happy with how this turned out. And I thought, isn't that fun how sometimes your plans kind of shift based on, circumstances, and then it ends up even being better. And I hope she doesn't put shelves there.
I hope she doesn't. And actually, I hope she embraces that, because that is a trend to come. White space in the kitchen.
Yeah. Mom and I spent probably 30 minutes this morning mulling over how to do that in our kitchens. So then from the kitchen, so really from the entryway, you go back and there is, this Butler's pantry is so dreamy and so, the wallpaper.
It's the dreamiest, and she's totally on point for Christmas because it has oranges, and this year we all see the citrus everywhere. So, it could not have been more perfect, and I could live in there.
I could live in the Butler's pantry.
In the Butler's pantry.
Yeah, I love that the lights look like they've been there a long time. They definitely don't look new, but they are clearly. And then I love the color. She said that when she ordered the wallpaper, she was pretty nervous because she thought it was a small print, which I've actually had that happen to me before too, where I thought it was a smaller print, and then when it shows up, it's something that has a larger scale. But I'll tell you what, I am so like in love with the scale of that.
It's always good to check a room photo when you're ordering wallpaper. There's usually a photo of the room with the wallpaper because it is tricky. But then also the layout is quite unique because once you get through that butler's pantry and you round the corner, you're in her laundry room. Also, she has gift wrapping station, a little craft area there. Lots of fun.
And then even more function when you circle around, you get into a hallway, and there is the most, stunning built-in hall. Like, I don't even know what I would store in there, but I imagine becoming more like organized and put together if I had a hallway of built-ins. And it just looked so, I don't know, sophisticated and high-end, but it's fun because it's right off the kids' room. So that she's a grandma and she has grandbabies that come over, so she has the kids' spaces and the guest space, and that's right off that hallway. And I know you're just itching to talk about that little girl's room.
The little girl's room. So when we came in, there was a dollhouse on the floor, and it was just sweetly draped with evergreen. And it's incredible. And I was like, where did this come from? And she had built it from the top of a hutch. Who does that? And anyway, the rooms were wallpapered and fully stocked and furnished, and I just wanted to sit down on the floor and play with kids there.
So I'm on a mission now to find a hutch top that I can make a dollhouse and collect wallpaper samples and wallpaper the walls. It's more renovated and updated than my house.
I know. It's incredible. And it was the sweetest little room. It wasn't just the dollhouse. That was the first thing you see. But then when you came in, she had these vintage like curtains hung that she had gotten from an estate sale. And the bed was just so sweet and comfy looking. And each space in every child's room was perfectly decorated.
And I feel like if I was a kid in there, I would want to keep it together. I don't know. But then there's also the guest space, which was really cute. There wasn't much to it, but she had this little wardrobe, I guess, right there, and it's natural wood. And I actually think, and I haven't confirmed this, I think that was in Stephanie's original house. I need to go through the photos, which is funny because we swap
things as well.
If you go through our home tours, you'll probably see something that lived in my house or in Mom's house now living in someone else's house.
Well, we swap ornaments for Christmas. Sometimes I'll, do more reds and greens, and then next year Shelby will do it, and I'll do neutrals or cream, whatever. And this year we're both really into the natural tone and the browns.
So we both got new brown ornaments. Sometimes we swap and are really like economical
about it,
and then other times we just
go to Hobby Lobby.
So other spaces in the home.
Master bedroom.
I almost forgot. And there's another, the sun porch we've got to talk about. So the master had another really bold, amazing wallpaper on the back wall, and I loved that she was telling us that her bedding was literally, she bought those pillows like the week before the tour. She was just kind of like, I've done what I could do, and so that was kind of an afterthought, but it does not look at all like an afterthought.
What I love about Stephanie and her mom is that they're okay to just go with the flow. And you will not even believe some of what Stephanie went through before that tour. But just like a duck on water you can't see the little feet going like this. She's just calm, cool, and collected. And so was her mom.
They are the real pros. They're like, we've done this before. Mom and I are like, are you guys okay? We were going in because we were coming to photograph and film and share with you guys on YouTube, and they're installing Christmas, and literally didn't skip a beat. They were like,
no, very much like, come on in, and just hosting us. And really, I'd say everybody on the tour this year was like that, just very welcoming and just, come on, I'm not done yet, but just come on in.
That definitely seemed to be a theme, and focusing on function. And I know that like the house was over the top, but she discussed a lot about the use of the spaces and like gathering around the table. That was another thing I wanted to bring up, was the tables. If you look in the living room to the kitchen, there is no overhead lighting other than canned lighting in that space, so that it's very versatile and the table's not stuck. She could swap it out. She could do all of that. So I thought that was something that was cool, that if you are building a house, maybe consider doing just can lighting in a spot. We're definitely fans of chandeliers.
We are fans of chandeliers.
But I really could appreciate that there, and she really just let the
and I
ceiling.
think they're doing that more and more these days, where you're seeing like less overhead lighting in certain spaces, just a beautiful canopy above you.
Yeah, if you look at Amber Interiors photos recently, I'm barely seeing chandeliers. It's like, I'm like, is she like anti chandelier? So it's interesting to see that come up. The last room that just absolutely blew me away was the sunroom, and I'm desperate to have an outdoor-indoor
You
space
actually
like
started with the sunroom. You were over the moon about the sunroom. So you started with it, we're ending with it. We did get a chance to see your master too, so we'll include that with master bathroom with the master bedroom.
Well, when I was looking originally, I was talking about the exterior. Were you talking about the sunroom?
I was talking about the sunroom.
I was talking about the exterior.
Oh goodness, I thought you were talking about the sunroom. That's where I was. That sunroom, y'all.
So good.
It was so, that's why I said we wanted to bulldoze our houses when we came home.
Yes.
Because the space was the most welcoming, inviting, and really large scale.
Yes.
Sun porch.
I loved that the tree in the living room was right across from the tree in the sunroom, and it was like when you were like in the doorway, you were like, ooh, which tree do I like better?
Yeah.
I love that it was they were both next to the fireplace. I love a fireplace. So having multiple is pretty magical. It's just a big long table in there, and so like all the family gatherings can be there. Really nice, comfy sofa to hang out on. So overall, it is an amazing space. I did ask, did they get really hot in the summer? And they did experience, September was pretty brutal here. And they said it's nice with the fans and so good, but.
Well, they do have trees around the property that probably give off some shade and keep it a little bit cooler. But the actual room was, just so well done and so family friendly, and I can't even say enough about it.
I know, I want
one. I want one.
I want one.
So that is Robin, or Stephanie's mom's home. Beautiful, amazing, and I just can't get over it, and I will be dreaming about it for ages to come. The next space that we toured in the Rockwall Holiday Home Tour was this amazing potting shed.
So sweet.
And normally in the tour, they do full homes. And I thought it was really cool that she just chose Michelle Howe, our friend, Vintage Homes, which we've done her home many times. And we actually will be doing her home next week. But she puts the tour together. And I thought it was so cool that she chose to do a potting shed. And I also thought it was really cool that this lady left it as she uses it. So she didn't just doll it up. Now, like, her potting soil was there. The sink was filled with plants. Like, it was ready to be used.
Yeah, and then she just brought in sweet Christmas touches everywhere. But more than that, what was so great about coming and visiting her potting shed is that it was not only left as she uses it, but then she gave demonstration as her love for gardening. She is an actual master gardener. And she left inspiration and examples of master gardening everywhere.
Yeah.
So we had some fun hydroponic plants that she had on display and was explaining how she does that. She stayed in the backyard and just chatted with people.
Yeah.
So it was very interactive.
Yeah. And she had her garden beds I was blown away at how much she had going in a very small space. So if you're ever feeling like I don't have enough space to have a beautiful garden, you do.
Yes.
This woman proves that you do.
And I think there's nothing more beautiful than a winter garden because, I mean, what's prettier than cabbage and carrots? And so it was just so sweet and so pretty and just something to look at everywhere. You walked alongside of her home down this little garden path of stepping stones through her gate and into her backyard. And like I said, from this outside of the shed where she had it little touches of Christmas, and then around the corner to even the door, everything that she put together for this potting shed was very intentional and just chosen for not only function, but it was beautiful. Yeah.
So I'm inspired I really am going to pick some of this inspiration to do my chicken coop next year.
Yeah.
My chicken coop that's not in existence right now.
Yeah.
But will.
But she'll have to collect things like she collected her little sink, a vintage sink, and her doors and her just everything was collected and put together to create a very personalized space for her gardening.
That's magical.
Magical.
So if you want to see photos of these spaces, you can go to the link in cards. And stay tuned because we are sharing the next homes on the tour. We have I don't know how old Vicky's home is, but it's over 100 years old.
Over 100 years old.
And so that one is next, along with a kind of modern with pops of pink new modern farmhouse home that we will be sharing. And then the last one, guys, I know you're on the edge of your seats, is Stephanie's home, which I will link in cards, her everyday home, and we're going to be sharing for Christmas.
I punched her when I walked in. I was like,
this is too good.
It's too much. It's just too much.
So just stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And
again, we want to come back to the reason for this season. It's about gathering. It's about family. It's about creating a space that makes you feel at home. So, yes, I'm crying. It's a great time to share with your friends and family. And so we just love you guys and we thank you for tuning in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So can't wait for the next one.
Bye.